Okay, I'm gonna try this again. I just got off of a podcast interview with a guy that he talks about, he has something called Next Level University, and he helps people take their lives to the next level. And he talked about how he helps people in health, wealth, and love. And you know, those are 3 good areas to focus on. It got me. I got off that podcast with him and got me in here jumping on my trampoline. Well, my rebounder, you know, they changed names, right? So, anyways, today is my horse's birthday. I'm going to go and hang out with him. He's 21. He's always depended upon modern veterinarian medicine. So he would not have made it if it was the 1800s. So I'm going to go hang out with him. And then my husband and I are leaving for Wisconsin tomorrow to go to the Midwest Horse Fair. We have several people going to come and keep up with our stuff and stay here while we're gone. So, got to get all freaking packed up for that. And my husband, his laser, he has been working on figuring that program out. And so he's making hats with leather patches, and he's been welding a bunch of horseshoe hooks and stuff. We have a big event, not this weekend, that we're going to have at the end of this week, but the following weekend kind of kicks off our year. And then we'll be open all the way until June. And then we've got times we're open, times we're closed. But this is our last little hoorah before we have to hunker down and work on, coming up out of winter. We're always like, got to be super cautious about spending income because we're so seasonal. But that is what the heck I've been up to. Podcasting. I hired an assistant, and she used to be a parole officer, so that's really cool to have somebody with such high integrity, working with me. And she is kind of doesn't have I like that she comes to me with kind of a blank slate with social media and photography and stuff, because I'm able to show her what I like. So that's really cool. She only works for me like 1 day a week. I'm hoping that will increase. So anyways, man, I've been working out with my friend Nicole. She's been coming over and like 2 times a week. This week is just once because we're going to go to the Midwest Horse Fair. But let me think here. Whenever I get back on Tuesday, we'll get back Monday. I'm going to get my garden in the ground. So happy. I posted a video today of all the infrastructure has been built. That's taken me a little bit to get all the pieces I wanted for the garden. And my friend Kathy is not a vegetable eater. She's not real big into vegetables, but she's growing a big garden this year, and I was like, what are you doing? You hate vegetables. And she's growing a garden for her chickens, because she loves her chickens, and I was like, never thought about growing a garden for my freaking chickens, because I don't want to feed them corn. Now, like, there's a problem, like, cattle are being fed corn. Well, they can't even handle it for very long, and actually kill them. And then, if they're only eating that, now they're feeding salmon corn. Salmon do not eat corn. Like, that's not a natural food for them. But they have that in those areas where they're raising those. And chickens would, I'm cramping. Chickens want to eat some worms. Chickens want to peck around and eat insects and stuff. And they'll eat some vegetables. So I want to get my chicken house up and going this year. But I want to go ahead and grow a garden, and then I can freeze part of those vegetables and then feed my animals, feed my chickens like vegetables, because I could just defrost it and feed it to them. So pretty pumped about that. Anyways, who is this calling? Oh, it's my friend. Yesterday was her birthday. I'll give her a call back after I'm done here. But anyways, that's what the heck has been going on. We're getting closer to our Chicks in the Sticks event starting. And I've got 3 Smart Chicks events this year. I feel a little bit behind. Okay, so I just got off the podcast, right, with the guy that he motivated me to be like, you've got to, he doesn't take days off. He talks about how much further all 3 of those categories of health, wealth, and love could be if you didn't take days off. He says he takes hours off. He might take 18 hours off. And he's like, I do take like vacations and stuff, but he's like really just about trying to perfect what he does. And, I don't really take days off. I'll take part of something off, but he talked about, just needing to set goals and give yourself trackable things. And man, I used to be just all about that, and I feel like I've just kind of lost myself the last month or so. I think it might be just coming up out of winter, so I do feel like my husband and I have naturally went to basically eating one small meal a day and then one main meal, and I really like that. I feel better. We've kind of ate like a later breakfast, or like 9, 10 o'clock, and then we've been eating dinner at 4:35, and that's it. I feel good with that. Whew, my right calf is cramping. But I haven't been as active on here. I've been busy with some stuff, but done being busy, ready to be up on here. Just feel like I can't get the office work done to do some of my dream work, Life is in the way, but I think hiring that new assistant, she works 3 hours a week, so I think that's going to take some of the mundane stuff off of me so I can focus more on getting big things done. My horse show competition, Country Tough Trail Versatility, it officially has, there's this famous cowboy, a lot of y'all might know him, but might not know him. His name is Ken McNabb, and he officially is on my website as an ambassador, so that's a huge deal. Whew. I think I'm going to get one of those scales where you bend over and you pick this thing up, and then it analyzes your body, so you got real data. I think I'm going to get one of those. I keep on seeing that they're 50% off, which just probably means they were marked up, marked up so they could be marked down. But their marketing is working on me. Anyways, I planted a whole bunch of new strawberries. They all died. I don't know what's up with that. I got a minute left. Then I'm going to turn on some music and bounce. I bounce a lot more and a lot more aggressively whenever I have music playing. Then I'm going to go play with my horse on his birthday, on his 21st birthday. I got that horse's mama when I was 8 years old, because my 21-year-old, I got his mom when I was 8. She died whenever I was 33. And I'm 46 now, so I had the mother and her last baby together. And it's going to hurt whenever something happens to this horse, because I've had his mom or him with me since before I even needed to shave my armpits, before I even needed a bra. I mean, I was 8 years old when I got his mama. And the reason I got his mom is because all of our horses got a horse disease called equine infectious anemia. And we had to put down our whole herd of horses. We had like 3 days to put them down. And then one of my replacement horses that we got was his mom. So I am very connected with that horse's family. All right, I'll see y'all another time.